Hi everyone. Um, I have two list reviews for you today, and the first one here is from Florian. And we've reviewed Florian's lists before on this channel. This one promises to be a good one. It's an attempt to make Germany great again, as we've seen many times. Let's see. So, it's a 1250 list, 21 order dice, so a good order dice count. You don't actually need it to have 21 order dice, but sometimes it's nice to have a few more than your opponent. Um, it does mean that sometimes you also have weak units that you sort of have to protect. So there's a trade-off here, right? And for many of us, I think that there's a Goldilocks zone at 16 to 18 dice in a 1250 list. But it's not fixed. It really depends on builds, right? So let's check out the build here. We have Waffen-SS Lieutenant. That is the way to go if you want to make Germany great again. If you want competitive Germany, you have to cut down on cost. It's just a thing. Waffen-SS Infantry Squad, because you have to have them. Look at this, very nice size. 7 men. The only thing I would want there to be is one single Panzerfaust, and you do have one in your Herr Grenadiers, so they might actually give one of their Panzerfausts to the SS, just because if you spread out your Panzerfausts, that means that all your units are a threat to enemy armor, which means that they'll stay at range, which is what you want them to do. Now, right now, as that Waffen-SS unit is built, I would have no compulsion. There would be nothing stopping me from just driving up my Darker Steward into point blank range and just blasting them down. But if they had a single Panzerfaust, I would consider that to be a very bad idea, right? So that one Panzerfaust, I think, is a good idea to have. Yes, double Panzerfaust on some units can be good, but only units that actively go out and hunt stuff. That means mechanized units, for me at least. So for me, I would rather just distribute these two Panzerfausts among these two units. Waffen-SS Pioneers, double Panzerfaust. Look, this is a hunter unit, right? They've got a flamethrower, they've got two Panzerfausts, perfect unit. They are 6 men, fits perfectly into a heavy field car. Brilliant. That is a hunter unit. They could have 2 Panzerfausts. They could have 4 if they could take them, right? But I really like this spread of units. This is what we're seeing more and more in skirmish heavy, making Germany great again units, builds. With the German LMG team here, perfect 35 points. That is how you build an LMG. Medium mortar, inexperienced, yes. Again, we're seeing this again and again for lists that attempt to make Germany great, and actually also for other lists. And here we're just seeing what Germany can do that other lists can't. They can take that LMG team and get something from it because it's movable, right? We have a sniper, regular. We have a howling cow, the Sverris Wolfgerat. Brilliant, because that forces your opponent to spread out, right? Horse-drawn limber, inexperienced, because it's a cheap order dice. Puma, heavy armored car, does not need to be a Puma, although that medium AT gun is really good on an armored car chassis. So there is an argument to be had for this. For me, I think I would rather have taken the Panzer III, the darker version, but potatoes, right? It depends on what you're thinking that the meta will be. And this Puma is really a good steward killer. So, heavy field car to transport the engineers. Second platoon, Waffen-SS Lieutenant again, Waffen-SS Squad, Herr Grenadier again. I would shift these around. Another Waffen-SS Pioneers, another LMG team, another medium mortar, another sniper. Look, this is what's so brilliant about greatest hits list is you have 2 of everything, right? There's 2 of everything that's good. And here we get another little capability, the flak swilling. The flak swilling is absolutely deadly. It is 2 heavy autocannons double mounted. So, and it has a gun shield. So it has 4 shots at +3 with a gun shield. That is absolutely terrifying. Stewards will not want to run in front of this, and all your soft skins are just going to be shredded. It doesn't matter what it is; it's just going to die. So the Flak-Zwilling is an absolutely brilliant little piece of artillery. And here comes the Panzer 3 that I was asking for before. So he takes both the Tank Hunter and the darker version. I really like this setup. I really like this setup. Could the armored car, the Puma, have been a 250/9? Yes, it could. You could have saved a few points there and just taken the autocannon, but the medium AT gun might in some situations be what's needed. I think the autocannon would have been more helpful, or another darker Panzer, because what this list is lacking a little bit is the ability to just deal out shots, right? It does have rifles, it does have LMGs, but it sits in many different little teams. So, like the massive amount of shots that a Darker Panzer can lay down, I think would actually benefit the list more than the anti-tank capability of the Puma, because you've got a lot of Panzerfaust on everything, right? So that's my thought. And the Flak-Zwilling is also very, very deadly to armor. And a heavy field car. And that's it. I really like this list. This is a really good attempt. I think this could do well. I think Germany, once you get into the mindset of only taking what's actually good, because with German players, you have so many options that you end up taking subpar options just because they're cool, um, or sinking points into something that's really not that beneficial to you. And I think that is the main problem for making Germany great again. So this is a really clear cut and a nice list. The only thing that I'm in doubt about is the loadout of the Panzerfausts and the Puma. Right. So that was the first one. Thank you so much, Florian. The second list, let me just check who that was from. Where was it from? Right. So this was from Florian, right? Where did I put my notes? Can't remember. I'm really sorry. I can't remember who the second list was from. It's just not cropping up. I'll note it, of course, in the title here. But sorry, right now the name escapes me. Was it Jason? Maybe. Yeah. Anyways, it's another Making Germany Great Again list. It's another 1250, and it's 20 order dice. So one less, and you can already see where something is different, because the lieutenant is now a regular lieutenant, so 20 points more expensive. The Herr Grenadiers here, sort of reminders of the same loadout, right? He has 2 skirmish units. These are 6 men with 1 Panzerfaust each, so very much similar to the loadout that we saw in the other list. We have a Storm Pioneer unit here, veteran, so a little bit more expensive. It has shot machine guns. I don't know why you would take this unit and not include a flamethrower. I think you should. German LMG team, an inexperienced heavy mortar, so spending a little bit more points but getting a lot more punch. Light howitzer, inexperienced, so it's just there to shoot indirectly. The 250/9, as we talked about just before, and a Panzer Lux. Right, this loadout here, I've seen very, very good players run with this loadout and do very, very well, because you've got 2 armored cars, right? Both of them have recce, both of them are close topped, both of them can go into terrain, both of them have a light autocannon that are really dangerous to stewards, especially if you go to the flanks of the stewards, which you should be able to move up to quite often. a heavy field car, which I don't think is actually needed because you haven't really got any flamethrowers in the the Pioneers to transport. So why the field car? It's not needed. The second platoon is also a regular lieutenant, Herr Grenadiers, Panzerfaust, one in each. This is the loadout I was asking for before. Again, I don't understand. Find the points for that flamethrower. It just gives you so much more punch than just a few submachine guns and one Panzerfaust. LMG team, heavy mortar team. I think you could even find most of the points by just downgrading your heavy mortars to medium mortars, actually. Um, that would be 11 points. 2 times 11, that would at least give you one of the flamethrowers. Light artillery piece, again inexperienced, again a 250, and again a Panzer Lux and a field car. Yeah, there's a lot of armored car power in this list. Four recce vehicles with autocannons that are very likely to hit and very, very good at driving up along a flank, getting into the flanks of Stuarts and just shredding them. And you have 4 of them. That is an insane amount. I like this setup here. I do think you lack a little bit of what the Darker Panzer in the other list brought. That list, that ability to do firefights with infantry at range. It's not really here. Um, and I think one of the places you could save a few points as well is in the second lieutenants. If you downgraded them to SS lieutenants and then took one veteran, no, regular SS unit here, it could be the same unit. It's the same loadout. It's just not Grenadiers, right? I think you could do well with that. Right. Making Germany great again, friends. This is what German lists look like if you want to be competitive. And these are the considerations that I've been talking through. Do you go armored cars with autocannons? Do you go anti-tank in your tank choices, your armored car choices? Um, right. Thank you so much for the lists, and good luck to everyone running Germany. Making Germany great again. Go. Cheers.